Rapat ini sedang direkam.
Okay, hello everyone. Today we are going to bring you a discussion on leadership in our group. Our group member are Gusti, Guxuan, and me. Now let's share our presentation. Uh, Next slide. This slide is about the mind map of our study. Okay, next. This is the part of introduction. First is definition and the importance of leadership. Number two is key leadership theories. Number three is cultural influence on leadership. Number four is emotional intelligence in leadership. Number five is Islamic educational leadership. Number six is purpose of this study. Okay, next. Now we are going to the culture of leadership part. First is definition of leadership. Leadership is a process in which a person influences individuals or groups to achieve certain goals effectively. It extends beyond formal positions in encompassing version certain trust building and motivation. Leadership is multidimensional, involving interpersonal skills, decision making, and adaptability. Next. Next is about key characteristic of leadership. Leaders use influence through communication, role modeling, and inspiration rather than equal. A clear version provides guidance, inspiration, and motivation for followers. Effective leadership emphasizes trust and collaboration between leaders and followers. Leadership effectiveness is influenced by context, requiring leaders to adapt their styles accordingly. Next. Evolution of leadership concepts. Earlier series focused on innate leader characteristics, emphasized and followers, inspiring innovation and exceeding expectation. Focus on how leaders adapt to dynamic environmental changes to address modern challenges. Okay, next is Gusti part.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I will talk about two important themes in the field of leadership study. First one, I will talk about essential and new paradigm of leadership, and number two, psychological aspect of leadership. Leadership is more than just holding a position of authority. It involves guiding, influence, and inspiring others toward a shared vision. Societies and organizations evolve. Leadership paradigm must also adapt to address new challenges. In this presentation, we'll explore both the traditional and emerging paradigm of leadership and examine how psychological factors influence leadership effectiveness. First one, uh, essential and new paradigm of leadership. Leadership theory have evolved over time. Traditional paradigm focus on structured authority and clear rules, while a new paradigm emphasize adaptability, inclusion, and the use of technology. Traditional paradigm in leadership theory. First one, transactional leadership. This is task-oriented leadership style that relies on a system of reward and punishment. Leader establish clear expectation and followers and motivated by promise of incentive or the fear of penalties. Example, in schooling setting, a principal using transactional leadership may offer bonus to teacher who improve student test score and issue warning to those who fail to meet academic benchmark. Number two, servant leadership. Unlike transactional leadership, servant leadership prioritizes the need of others. The leader acts as a guidance and mentor, focus on the well-being and growth of followers. Next. Okay, next. Okay. Number two, new paradigm in leadership. We go to new paradigm in leadership. As the world become more interconnected and dynamic, new leadership paradigm have emerged to address modern complexity. Number one, transformational leadership. Transformational leadership is centered on inspiring change and fostering innovation. Transformational leaders go beyond managing tasks. They motivate individual to achieve a shared vision and exceed their own expectation. Number two, adaptive leadership. Adaptive leadership is the ability to adjust leadership style and strategies in response to rapidly changing environment. This paradigm emphasizes collaboration, problem solving, and collective learning. Next. Number three, digital leadership. In this today digital age, leader must navigate technology to enhance communication, collaboration, and organization efficiency. Digital leaders integrate technology into their practice while managing both physical and virtual team. For example, a digital leader in education might implement a hybrid learning model where students engage in both in-person and virtual class using platform, for example, Google Classroom, Webex, and anything. Inclusive leadership. Inclusive leadership emphasize diversity and equity. Leadership who embrace inclusivity ensure that all members of the organization feel valued, heard, and empowered. For example, an inclusive school principal may establish programs to support students with disability and ensure cultural representation in the curriculum to reflect the diverse identity of the student body. Next, last psychological aspect of leadership. Leadership is not just about skill and strategies. It also involves understanding human psychology. Successful leader possess emotional intelligence, the ability to motivate others, and psychological relationship. Let's now explore the critical psychological aspect. Number one, emotional intelligence in leadership. Emotional intelligence refer to leader ability to perceive, understand, and manage their own emotion while also recognize and responding to the emotional of others. According to Goldman, emotional intelligence consists of 5 key components: self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skill. Number two, motivation and psychological influence. Motivation is crucial in leadership because it influences how effectively a team performs. According to self-determination theory, individuals are most motivated when 3 psychological needs. Number one, autonomy, competency, connected. Number three, psychological resiliency in leadership. Psychological resiliency refers to ability to recover from setback and maintain focus during challenging situations. Number five, authentic leadership. Authentic leadership talk about emphasize honestly, transparency, and alignment between a leader action and their core value. Last one, cognitive psychology in decision making. Cognitive psychology examines how mental process influence decision making. One common challenge a leader face is cognitive bias, which can distort their judgment. Okay, thank you.
Okay, next one I'm gonna to talk about the overview of leadership style. Sorry. There have 4 styles. The first one is the democratic leadership. In a simple word, the leader involved the team in decision making. Why I can see me? About the democratic leadership, leadership is about the leader involved the team in decision making. For example, a manager asks employee for their opinion before making a final decision on a project. And the number 2 is autocratic leadership. In this leadership, the leader make decision alone with little input from others. For example, a football coach decide the team strategies without consulting players. Number 3 is the transformational leadership. The leadership inspire and motivate employees to achieve big goal. For example, a CEO encourages the employee to involve and think outside the box to improve the company. Number 4 is the laissez-faire leadership. In simple words, is that the leader give employee full freedom to make decisions. For example, a professor allowed students to choose their own research topic and work independently. Number 5 is the transactional leadership. In simple words, is that the leader follow a structured system of reward and punishment. For example, a sales manager give bonus to employee who meet their targets and warn those who don't. Next slide. Next slide is talking about the excellent leadership, the definitions and characteristics, and the moral basis. And I will explain the definition of the excellent leadership. Excellent leadership is based on the teaching of the Quran and the Prophet Muhammad, emphasizing the justice, integrity, responsibilities, and social service. Leaders are seen as the caretaker of the people rather than rulers, and are required to guide societies toward fairness and justice. So let's see the core tree. There have a lot of core trees and divide in the faithful and devout, moral justice, humanities and fears, wisdom and knowledges, responsibility and integrity, and the patience and tolerance, decision making through consultants, and sacrifice and decision and dedication, trust in God. In the moral foundation, there have advice. Leaders should provide fair and just advice. Sincerity. Decisions should be made in the overall interest of society. Consultations. Advocate for democratic decision-making to ensure social justice. Diversity and inclusion. Encourages the different opinion to seek the best solution. Public welfare. Policies should be in the interest of the majority and promote sustainable development of society. Accountability. Leaders should accept public supervision to prevent abuse of power. Reflection, continuously evaluate one's own decisions to make them consistent with Islam teaching. Next is talk about the mode of the Islam leaders. We have three leaders in this topic. The first one is Prophet Muhammad. The leadership qualities of Prophet Muhammad, including the governance with integrity, fighting corruption, fairness and transparency, democratic consumptions, social justice, protecting the valuable, and promoting legal quality, rational distributions of resources, and international peace. Next one is the Abu Bakr Siddiq. His leadership traits include the generosity, steadfastness in the upholding Islam unity, this decision is in suppressing the rebellions, promoting the compilations of the Quran, and expanding the influence of Islam, as well as displaying humanity, integrity, justice, and wisdom. The third leader is the Omar bin Haber. His leadership qualities were known for his external justice and fairness. He put the law above all else, did not show participatory, and promote consultative governance to ensure that decision was in the public's interest. He was decisive and firm in military and police affairs, emphasized the discipline, do not kill innocent people indiscriminately, and strictly manages state finances to prevent the misuse of the public funds and priority society welfare and nation's defense. He paid attention to the welfare of the people. The Islam Empire rose repeatedly under his rule, and he established an efficient government system which had a profound impact on the Muslim world. He was regarded as one of the greatest ruled by the later generations. And this is all three.
Okay, now we are going to the conclusion part. First is the core role of educational leadership. Effective leadership in education is a multi-faced and dynamic construct that influences institutional success, teacher motivation, and student achievement. Next. Next, number 2 is the value of transformational leadership. Transformational leadership is crucial in fostering innovation, motivation, and institutional growth. Next. Number 3 is impact of culture on leadership. Cultural influences shape leadership effectiveness by determining communication styles, decision-making processes, and institutional values. Next. Number 4 is ethical and spiritual dimensions of Islamic leadership. Islamic educational leadership emphasizes justice, humility, integrity, and community service. Next. The last one is future process fatigue. Educational leadership must integrate transformational servant and transactional leadership while emphasizing emotional intelligence and cultural adaptability. Ethical and spiritual leadership dimensions strength institutional resilience and sustainability. Future research should explore involving paradigms of educational leadership in response to digitalization and global educational transformations. Above is the presentation of our team. Thank you for your listening. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.